Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? Well, I'm making sure this is set up properly because I like to have, not what I want to do. There we go. Okay, perfect. So now I have my text document open, I have my Twitch chat open, and we're good to go. I'm gonna double check to make sure we are actually good to go here. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Gotcha. But yeah, me and Insane Baboon have just been having a conversation about some of the games we've been playing for the sponsorship campaigns, which the current one, actually, the previous one at this point, for sure, that we did was a one for Call of the Dragons, which I have a very good time with, and I'm going to actually keep playing it for who knows how long. But I'm also playing a couple of the other ones, which is Sea of Conquest and Star Trek Fleet Command. The earliest one was Star Trek Fleet Command, and Insane Baboon's still playing that one. I've been kind of dividing my attention between the three just to like... Basically what I'm doing is Star Trek Fleet Command is kind of cemented as one of the ones that I think I'll continue to play for the foreseeable future. But the Sea of Conquest and Call of the Dragons is one that I'm like waiting for the season to wrap up with, because I want to see what happens for Season 2. What is Season 2 going to look like? Because if Season 2 wipes certain things, or if it's not like new and interesting enough to keep me engaged, it's going to be difficult for me to want to keep playing a game like that, right? It's one of the reasons where I can't necessarily, like, there's certain games I have to not really review after a certain point in time, right? I also remember I was getting other logs for this. Oh yeah, that's right. I had Striped Oak because I was actually going to go through and make sure that all this was... Anyways. And I was talking about how in Sea of Conquest, the only reason that my gang isn't like higher up is because a lot of the people that are part of the gang were free-to-play players, right? Most of us are free-to-play players. Gang power is pretty much designated by a couple of things that revolve around how strong your clan members are or gang members are. And when it comes to... How do I word this? When it comes to the top 3 gangs, it's very apparent that a lot of their members have been spending some money on the game. And when I say some money, I mean quite a bit of dollary dues, right? And what's ironic as hell to me personally is there's currently this event going on to help. I don't know if it's to help people get stronger or if it's like, well, it is to help people get stronger faster. But the people who are already like at the high level, they technically can't really take advantage of the items that you're getting as a reward for the event, because you're getting these little hourglass things, and those hourglass things are actually able to allow you to level up one of your rooms. Basically, because the way that works is it's so you know those games where you have like a shelter and you place down something to produce drinking water, something to produce food, something to produce entertainment, something to produce whatever, right? And you could send people out to go explore the land. Well, the Sea of Conquest game is actually similar in that way, where the ship is actually the shelter, right? And as you level up the ship, like as you level it up physically, it gets bigger. Like you can put more rooms down and stuff like that, which is neat. But you can also control the ship and move it around and battle other ships or do whatever with it, right? Like these games are actually pretty interesting and unique to what they used to be like, right? Because these games are they're the modern mobile game. Right? The modern mobile game is actually kind of insane if you really break it down. I should actually put some of this stuff away before I do this. But yeah, the modern mobile games are actually wicked lately. Anyways, for Star Trek, I've actually not really been focused on doing the events, but this is what's upsetting to me personally. So it's probably just as upsetting to anyone who's going to listen to this. But what ended up happening is I haven't been focusing on doing the season pass, which is every month. I think it's every month a new season pass comes out or whatever. And I was looking at it and I was kind of like, damn. I realize I've been missing out on a lot of stuff because I didn't even, for the last 2 seasons, I haven't even looked at the event store. So I've missed out on a lot of goodies, right? Because there's a lot of different menus and stuff that these games have that you have to try to remember because it doesn't overtly tell you, like it doesn't tell you in a way that's very obvious when you're ready to go, you know what I mean? Like when something becomes available, a lot of the time, like if you can claim an item, it'll glow, like a little red dot will pop up, a notification dot, right? That type of like, hey, hello, do something with this. And because I have a bit OCD with shit, I can't stand when that notification dot pops up. Yeah, most of them make you kind of click around to find stuff. Yeah, that is one of the biggest issues I've noticed with all these games so far. You kind of have to, like for the game we just recently played through, right? I mean, now mind you, I really enjoyed these games, and this isn't me necessarily saying anything negative about them. This is me saying something like a critique. It's a small critique that could probably be fixed relatively simply, right? Just add like a drop-down filter for everything, right? Like, add somewhere obvious that I could click on, and it opens up a thing and shows me everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I would deal with it, I guess. Because to get the VIP or the VIP points, like the Syndicate with Star Trek Fleet Command, it's like the Syndicate. To get the VIP points, you have to click on a menu. Like you have to click on not a menu. You have to click on the store that you like physically place. You have to click on the thing and go there. Right? It's not like a menu. It's not like a button you could press or click on the screen. You have to click on the building, get into the store to get your daily honor points or whatever they call it here.
Irish whiskey. Let's give it a swirl.
For exclusive Irish whiskey and gin you can actually taste.
Now I've just got to.
Head to the Ohio Liquor Irish Cask and Craft Collection. We've gone Irish. So should you.
Tonight we're focusing in on Zoom with Galaxy AI on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Ah, a baby tiger. Check out his claws as he prepares to pounce on that frog. Close one, but not as close as this Zoom. We can literally count the whiskers and... Oh look, Mum's here. Good thing I'm nowhere nearby. Go wild with Galaxy AI on the new S24 Ultra and Zoom...
What a hell of a dumb commercial. It's like, it's entertaining, but it's like...
Every morning with Tommy John's Second Skin underwear.
It's an audio commercial that's showing, like, it's physically show, like, I can picture it. I can picture what they're doing. How he's zooming in on the camera. That is a...
Plus, your most valuable assets are covered with Tommy John.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it gets... The higher your level get and the more buildings that pop up, the more buildings you have to click. So by the time you're level 60, you like across the board, you're max level, you're probably going to be clicking on 10 different things every single day. Mind you, it's also a very grindy game. Like, you're going to be killing a lot of NPC ships every single day. That's not necessarily a bad thing in this game, but it'll probably get to the point where you're getting, like, you're able to build ships. Like, you're able to build extra ships. And I've heard from the people that are in my, I think it's a federation in that game, but the people that are part of my clan, or whatever, were talking about it. And apparently, there's at like level, is it level 20? There's a disassembly thing for ships that you build. So if you build like 20 of the same ship, or you get 20 of the same ship, you could build them and disassemble them for the parts to upgrade the ships that are currently your strongest ships. Right? Yeah, there's daily stuff. There's a lot of stuff to that game. It's a very good game if you like MMOs. Right? Because it truly is more of an MMO than not. At least to me. Alright. Good. Even like the other games, they're not that in, like, there's not that many things to select. Now that I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about where the positives are in that. I know there are positives in that, but the fact that you said what you just said had made me go, wait, so are you trying to tell me that the best thing to do is to, this is something I'll have to research myself as well, but the best thing to do is to max out a ship before disassembling it? That doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have to do research on this. But that feels like it defeats the purpose of having Oh, I get what you're saying. I get it now. Okay. That makes total sense. Got it. Well, see, you say it's crazy demanding in ore, crystalline, and gas. And I get that it's crazy demanding because I know it is. I've experienced it. But in all honesty, I don't think it'll be that, like, it's not really that difficult to get a nice stockpile of that stuff. Like, yeah, the only downside is you have to wait for so long in order to get the factory, right? The foundry or whatever it's called, delay. Because you can only do it every 12 hours. You can only click that button every 12 hours. And that I'll admit that's a bit annoying. Alright? I'll make that admit. The refinery, that's what I was saying. How are you getting ore, crystal, and gas? Are you just buying it from your Federation stuff? Or your relationship window, or whatever the hell it's called? Mind you, we're gonna get into the normal topics of conversation soon, for those that are watching on YouTube or the Twitch highlight. We kind of got distracted talking about these games that I've been playing for the Sunday sponsorship thing, which these games are, like, predominantly meant to be mobile games, right? But you can get them for PC most of the time as well, and they're really fun. Like, I'm enjoying them, at least. Mine or steal it. And then you put it, then you go through the refinery and refine it, right, to get your like usable materials. And that's a time-consuming process, right? Or is there a ship that could refine it for you? I might be missing out on some. You mine it or steal it from it. I'm thinking about the raw materials being used for the ships. There are also, like, ships that you're upgrading at a certain point that require the paired up materials, right? Like, the actual refined materials. That's what I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking about the raw resource. Unless that's how the scrapyard works. Does the scrapyard refine it? Yeah, the 9 hour. I thought it was 12 hours. It's a 9 hour cycle. Got it. Got it. I love how this farm has been something that I've been meaning to be done with for a while, but for one reason or another, something has always come up to distract me from doing this. But now we're actually going to get diving on into it, get this done with. I'm actually really excited to get into the later game now that you're talking about it. Alright, so what was the plan? The plan, I remember, was keep this the dark oak, because this is going to be wheat, stuff like that. And then above it was supposed to be potatoes, carrots, and beets. And I think I was going to make that acacia wood. And I mean, there's two things I could do. I know I do not need this many. I'm thinking about it, and the blocks that are going to be set up. Odd, isn't it? See, here's the thing. I think I'll just keep with what I got going on, because it's not that hard to place certain farms, right? What's difficult is to undo it if I do too much. So let's just stick with what we got here. Let's just stick with layer 1 being half pumpkins, half melon. Layer 2 being predominantly wheat. And then layer 3 being corn. No, that we don't have corn. We have carrots, potatoes, and beets. There's other stuff that I could possibly do. Like, in all honesty, I need to. That would. I think I'm gonna have to make a new building, and that building's gonna have to be more of a shack. That's gonna go over here, because this area is a farm. It's a glowberry farm, right? So I need to make sure that that'll be fine there, which I gotta dig down some more of the glowberry farm to continue expanding it, because I want it to go max distance if I can. So I'm gonna have to probably replace a lot of these stones here to make it look a little bit better. Right now, that was supposed to, all this was supposed to stay like this, but now that I've changed things, and I'm gonna make this more official, this is probably gonna be a shack that goes out a bit. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of this farm soon enough. The experiments have been a little bit of a success, I think. Check something. is it smart enough to where it won't grow? Because the biggest issue, reason why you have this gap like this, is because if you plant a pumpkin, a pumpkin, a pumpkin, there's a possibility, if I remember correctly, that one of them will grow, and it will grow over top of the other thing, and it will crush the other plant. So it kind of becomes pointless to keep them that close together because of that reason alone. Then again, we could do an experiment with one of the layers. We could do a growing experiment with one of the layers for pumpkins and stuff like that. I'll do that. I'll do that. I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. I need to get the jungle, not the jungle wood, whatchamacallit, and place that there. And then I need to get, that's wheat, so the next one's going to be, acacia.
T-Mobile has home internet on America's
Here's the thing, how would I do it?
network.
It's how I stream the game.
It's how I knock out the shopping list.
It's how I level up.
Get T-Mobile
If I
5G
did
home
each
internet
layer
for
a
only
singular
$50 per
plant,
month
it
without
would be
and any voice line. Plus, there are no exploding bills or annual
what we have here for the
contracts.
first layer,
It's how you
wheat
internet.
for the second layer,
Availability today.
the third layer would be
Price after
carrots,
$10 monthly bill credit while you maintain a
fourth
nationally
layer
available postpaid
potatoes,
voice line. Qualifying credit
and then
required.
fifth layer
Regulatory
beet.
fees included for qualified
So,
accounts, plus $5 per month without
acacia
autopay.
wood
Debit
for
or bank
layer
account
2.
required.
Waiting on a tax
Makes
return?
sense.
Hopefully it ends up in your hands. Fraudulent tax returns due to identity theft increased by 30% in 2023.
Let's go get some acacia wood.
If you're in a
We should
bind
have
this tax
some,
season,
at the
Life
very
Hack can
least.
help. Our US-based restoration specialists are experts dedicated to helping solve
Now,
your identity theft issues.
Now that we have our
All
plan and we're
LifeLock
kind
plans
of
are
on
backed by a
track, I
$1
can
million
get into
protection
the
package, so
regularly
they'll reimburse
scheduled
you up to the
program
limits of
for
your
the
plan if you lose
outdated
money due to
YouTube
identity
blog
theft.
thing.
Help protect
Got a
your
little bit
information
distracted,
this
but I'm
tax
okay
season
with
with
distractions.
LifeLock.
I like talking
Save
about
up to
any manner of...
25% your
I need to
first
get
year
better
at
at
LifeLock.com/Spotify.
trying to hold multiple
Hi,
conversations at the same
Take a
time.
moment and
That
just
sounds
breathe.
stupid to me even as I say it out loud, but it's kind of the truth
And
if you
out.
break it down.
And remember,
And again, it wasn't... Shut up, me.
Magic.
Just shut up. Shut up, bitch! No!
find your moment. at
We didn't
Walt
watch
Disney
any
World
Star
Resort.
Wars.
You'll know real when you get
I
it.
was
And
planning on
it's a
watching
real
some
consistent
today. I was going to watch
guarantee.
2 or 3
You
episodes
feel it.
today,
When you get authentic
write a little bit of a
handbags,
blurb
watches,
about what I thought
sneakers,
about them,
streetwear,
and then
and
go
jewelry
from
from
there.
eBay,
I will
it
say
says
I'm
all
kind of glad I
eyes on you.
didn't.
Ensure your next purchase is the
I'll
real
wait till
deal.
this
Visit
commercial's over.
eBay.com for
I
terms.
can't really think straight right now. Talking. Alright. So, as I was saying, the Star Wars stuff, I went through and I saw how many episodes there were, and all episodes are like 20 minutes. Like that. There are like way more episodes than I thought. So, more than likely, it's going to take us a while to get through them. I'll probably watch a couple of episodes. I realize what it was now that I've seen this that was making me go, oh, I'll like, was making me delay. Because I had to have remembered subconsciously that there was a lot more episodes than I thought. I thought there were like 12 episodes like that for some reason. I look at it and I'm like, holy shit, there are 24 episodes that are 20 minutes long each. This is going to take a minute. It's going to be longer than I thought. And as a result, I'm more hyped now to just watch a couple of episodes and talk about them next Monday. For real, we'll see. $2.99. You're at $2.99. Hold on, we gotta interrupt this programming for. Where is $2.99 on anime? Anime, right? Ooh, okay. Tell me when you're done with the arc. Tell me when you're done with that. $2.99 sounded familiar, and that's why it sounded familiar. I'm like, why do I remember $2.99? I remember $2.99. Yeah, I remember $2.99. Cool. $2.99 is I can tell you how many episodes it is right now if you really want me to. I mean, I won't. If you don't want me to. But yeah, that's awesome that you've been enjoying it like that. I kind of want to ask, like, hell, honestly, if you wanted to chat about it in either the Discord, I'll have to figure some stuff out, or just DM me or something like that if you want to talk about it, because I love discussing One Piece. I really do. Yeah, there's a lot of flashbacks in One Piece. I'll be honest. At least, hold on, wait. Let me just tell you something, Insane Baboon. There's a lot of flashbacks with One Piece. A good portion of them are important. There's a reason those flashbacks exist. However, can I be honest and say it's not nearly as bad as how Naruto got. Naruto literally got flashback within a flashback. We got a flashbackception with Naruto. I'm not fucking joking. We got a flashback within a flashback in that show. Apple? No, we're gonna have that. Okay. I forgot about sweet berries. We can put sweet berries around the farm. I like that idea. Hold on. Hold my beer. I like that idea. Anyways, where is it? I'm already annoyed at myself because I just realized something. The acacia wood, we don't have enough logs to do this. I guarantee we don't have enough logs to do. It is, like, of the character, like, listen, every single one of the characters, in my perspective, has its own quirk that makes them, like, really enjoyable to root for, right? Heck, sometimes it gets to where you're hyped for more than just the main characters. You're hyped for some of the side characters like that, right? That's a bit later. That would be the end cap. I'm trying to think of, like, I can't talk about some of this stuff. Anyways. I really enjoy that show. And you're making me want to rewatch it again. But I need to wait, damn it. We're not yet there. We're not yet at the point where I could rewatch the anime again. For me. Basically, I think what it's going to take is it's going to take the current arc to finish in the manga, and then I'll probably rewatch the anime again. Because by the time I catch up, we'll probably be finishing with the next arc. So I can go back and read after that arc, and read the other arc, and, like, catch up to the manga. That's how I like doing it. I'm weird like that. I like having a moment where I can... You know when I can do that? Oh, God, because there's going to be a hiatus for this. There's a hiatus for the whole of April. Fuck. You're lucky. You don't have to wait. The people that are currently caught up for the week-to-week are going to be running dry for a while. Like, ooh boy. Because here's what's funny about this. This is this. And then dirt. Ennius Lobby is where they actually go to have the trials. I get what you're saying though. Unless I'm thinking of something different. You were talking about how they got to the island with the train, right? 299. I looked up episode 299 on the thing, so. Okay, yeah. Just making sure. Yeah. Okay. So, the island they're on right now isn't a prison. It's actually where pirates go to be judged for their crimes. And then they get sent to the prison. Right? The thing they're trying to prevent happening is the prison. Insert certain memes here about those that know and those that don't know for future references. For a multitude of things, because holy shit, it just gets better. It just gets better and better. It really does from this point forward. Like, I really enjoyed One Piece kind of from the beginning, if I'm being honest. Right? Like, I was hooked immediately. Luffy would literally does forget his own head sometimes. It's lucky he stretches because it snaps right back to him. That's how dumb Luffy is. I almost said Luffy because I was going to make the joke about the pronunciation of it, but I couldn't do that. It immediately felt wrong. I was like, nope, denied. Maybe I did have enough. Anyway. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I haven't really watched
See what I did there?
the Star Wars.
Is now available on Instacart.
In order of how I thought, hey, I'm going to talk about this on Monday. Here's how it went down.
The unbeatable quality of
Because I've been going through Red Dead Redemption. Oh my god, I'll wait until the advertisement's over because I can't really think straight right now. I had a long day today. I went to work at like
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Was it 12:30, 1 o'clock, and got home at like 8:30?
I'm so glad
Running around all day, basically. And so when I got home, I took a medicinal puff, and I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these.
So when someone else is talking like this, it's very difficult for me to actually keep my train of thought. It's a good thing I wrote this down, because I guarantee you, I would not be able to go, alright, anyways, back to where I was at about me thinking about Red Dead Redemption 2, because I've been playing through the games.
Another day of NBA action, so it's time for your FanDuel crew to make their
Free ads.
You know that new customers who bet $5
Now better give me my allotted time, damn it. I better be able to listen to my music for the 10 minutes or whatever it is now. It used to be a damn half hour before you'd hear advertisements, and then they knocked it down to 15 minutes of music, and then some ads. Every once in a while, it feels like I get a song. I get more ads than songs sometimes. Then again, time's flying. It's been an hour so far. So maybe I'm the one that's mistaken here. Yeah. That's so weird. Like, it's wild. Anyways. So, because of me going through the Red Dead series, I'm thinking about Red Dead Redemption. Also, I beat Red Dead Redemption 1. We might get into spoiler territory when I start talking about Red Dead Redemption 1 and spoiler territory for Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll bring it up again for those that are watching on manage to make it that far and you forget, but we'll get there when we get there. This is kind of spoilers right now. When Arthur was talking to Mrs. Downs, when he was talking to Mrs. Downs about, like, trying to be apologetic for beating her husband to the point that the tuberculosis killed him. Like I said, we're talking about spoilers here, so come on. He made this man unleashed, right? About how this country is man unleashed, right? And I realized something. Because Arthur sounded so hesitant when he was saying what he was saying. And the reason I feel he was hesitant saying that the way he was saying that is because that's a shtick that's 100% Dutch. Arthur got those words from Dutch. 100%. Right? And Dutch has that whole speech to try and make all right all the wrongs that he does. Like, I'll break down Dutch's character way more later, but Jesus. I have some words about some people. Might have underestimated how much wood was needed. I mean, I still need more acacia wood, don't get me wrong, because I need to finish the pathing, right? Like, I need to finish the paths for the other areas. So we definitely need more acacia wood. But we had more we could have worked with. Get Thursday, Friday, and Monday off. Cool. Cool. Well, considering my dad works for himself, we may end up, like, there's a high probability if it's an emergency, we'd end up working on a holiday, no matter what that holiday is. Well, certain holidays ain't no one going out for. You know what I mean? But Easter's one of those ones where I think my old man and I have been out repairing it on Easter. Hell, I might have been out on Christmas Day repairing shit. Ah, fuck. I don't really remember, though. If it was like late that day. Or it was stuff we had at the house to repair. Oh, that won't work. That won't work. Anyways. Like, Mrs. Downs shut that down immediately, right? She shut that down immediately, and I found it weird that he said that. But it makes sense that he does, because that is a thing to say to excuse anything you do. An excuse that Dutch drove into the minds of the rest of the gang. He indoctrinated into being a part of the Vanderland, right? Because if you really break down Dutch's character, he is he's a psychopath. He's got a group of people that are willing to kill for him. And who are they willing to kill? Whoever is not honorable. And who's not honorable? Whoever Dutch says isn't honorable. You get what I'm saying? There's a tweet. Oh. On this tweet, I actually had trouble going to sleep when I saw this tweet, right? Because after this tweet went out, a bunch of other tweets went out with, like, similar little teasers or whatever. Or it was the same exact teaser. But David Hayter did a tweet March 19th about playing the opening of Metal Gear Solid Delta up to the bridge scene the other day. So, on the 18th or the 17th. And he says it was spectacular. You know how hyped I got when I saw that? Like, me even going over again makes me so fucking hyped. Like, that game, that's gonna be a 30-hour stream type of stream. Metal Gear Solid Delta is gonna be a 30-hour stream. Simple as that. Ah, okay. I mean, well, here's the thing, though. You might be able to make that joke and have some accuracy to it, but at the same time, yeah, it's a remake of the game coming out, don't get me wrong, so it's not, like, that big. But I'm not only hyped for that, which Metal Gear Solid 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's... For, like, the story, I absolutely love it. And the mechanics, I absolutely love it. I still think 4 is my favorite of the series entirely, but that's a lot of biased reasons for that. Anyways. It's not every time a Metal Gear game releases. It's not a new Metal Gear game. Not yet. We're gonna get a new Metal Gear game after they do all this remake bullshit, right? Oh my god. But yeah, it's the future what I'm hype about, right? Of course, playing the game, yeah. But if they do right to these remakes, it's gonna make way for new Metal Gear stories to come out. Now, mind you, you gotta keep in mind that Hideo Kojima also announced he's working on a new stealth espionage tactical action game. So that's going to be the new Metal Gear. Right? Hands down, that's probably going to be another one on the list of 30-hour streams I'll do. Max Payne 1 and 2 remake will have the same budget as Alan Wake 2 and will be fully funded by Rockstar Games. This was discovered via a financial statement of Remedy Entertainment. So, as someone who really enjoyed, I even played through them recently on stream, the Max Payne games, Max Payne 1, 2, and 3, I have to say that I'm extremely excited for these remakes as well. Again, not like it's a remake, big whoop, but it brings these games to newer systems, so it's easier to play them, basically, and it also brings the hype back to newer generations. Like, more people are going to play Max Payne 1 and 2 with these remakes. And I'm not just talking about the remakes, I'm also talking about the OG Max Payne game, because that's what has a tendency to happen. People have a tendency to go, wait a minute, this game has an original? What's the OG like? Let me play that, too. So, it's going to hype people up for the franchise, and possibly we'll get a new Max Payne game as well. And that's something that I would be okay with. Now, mind you, it wouldn't be Max Payne anymore. At least it shouldn't be Max Payne. In my opinion, we should not get another Max Payne game. But a game with a similar type of storytelling, as well as like a new story, that I could go for. But there are certain things that they gotta just let go, you know? Like, the biggest mistake I think that Konami could make right now is, after everything's said and done, right? They do remakes of all the mainstay games, like they're doing with Metal Gear Solid Delta, right? Like they come out with Peace Walker and stuff like that as a remake. If the game that they come out with when they're done with all the remakes is a new Metal Gear game, and they try to continue on with Snake's storyline, that would be a very bad decision, I think. Because to me, and every other Metal Gear fan, at least as far as I can tell, maybe I'm wrong here, correct me if I'm wrong, but Snake's storyline's done. In a multitude of layers is it done, right? And that's why I'm saying that, because Max Payne's storyline is at the same level, I feel, personally. Like, I don't feel like there's a last huzzah. I feel like Max Payne 3 was a good enough last huzzah. Like, just let him rest. Have someone else be the next, you know, the next individual who has to go through half the shit Max went through, man. Max Payne's happiest ending is, I didn't die. The end. I've not done a goddamn thing for the fucking plants app. Yeah, I haven't. Son of a... Here's the problem. I'm pretty sure there's some hollow section down here still. Yeah, there is. I can't be doing that right now. I don't want to look at this yet. I gotta really fill in this. I've been screwing around with it, and I'm going to fill this in off stream. I swear it.
It's back.
Our best sale of the year is here. All loans, all terms, all on sale.
I mean, I don't know why I would need as many of these as I'm going to have.
Check. Consolidate your debt for more affordable monthly payments.
But I kind of like this idea of...
Now's the time to make it happen with budget-friendly borrowing options tailored to your needs.
Oh, shit.
But hurry, the Dollar Bank loan
There's a
sale
lot more here
ends
than I
March 30th.
anticipated for
Save
some reason.
big at dollar.bank/loan sale. Dollar Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Fans of Pokemon.
But yeah, I mean, for fuck's sake, Insane Baboon, it got me back into Fortnite because of my hype for Metal Gear, because they did the Solid Snake skin, so I dived right into it, and I ground that game until I made damn sure I was gonna get Solid Snake's character skin, and I did, and I've gotten quite a few wins with Solid Snake's character skin. And Old Snake's character skin.
Looking for a
no, that is not Solid
dance,
Snake.
Drink and sing the night away? Get ready to experience the ultimate nightlife thrill at Twist Social Club, Cleveland's #1 gay club.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen with the Max Payne franchise.
Music videos. Visit Twist on the corner of West 117th.
Ooh, we also got the first trailer for Alien Romulus, so I think that's a new Aliens film that's going to be coming out. That's kind of exciting. It's supposed to be out on theaters, or in theaters, on August 6th. Right? I saw a tweet with a video associated with it about Epic Games showing off the new capabilities for developers on Unreal Engine Fortnite. Right? It actually does look insane, some of the shit that I saw. Like, I'll be real, if the Fortnite editor, like if the Unreal Engine editor or whatever, or Unreal editor, whatever the hell it is, the engine that you can use to make stuff in Fortnite, I might try and remake a couple of those classic games of mine that I really enjoy. Like, that might be a fun thing to do. ODT. Remake ODT and run like hell and stuff like that in the Fortnite engine. That might be a fun thing to do. You know? Because I thought about it, and I actually almost started to do something like that in this. This was a toss-up between building the kingdom or rebuilding the entirety of the world of ODT, right? And it ended up being a kingdom build. Because I said to myself, I'm gonna use this, like I'm gonna do this as the bare basics to help me learn things and figure out designs of certain things. And I did a great thing with design. Like I'm learning the designs and doing different stuff, and I like that. So maybe in the future I'll build game worlds in Minecraft. That would be fun. Like for Monday, do it every Monday. Be time consuming, but so is this. Ah, this was pretty big one. Oh no, this wasn't the big one. It was something else that was a big one. It was the next one. This one is Larian Studios isn't planning to release expansions or DLC for Baldur's Gate 3 or Baldur's Gate 4, apparently. Larian plans to move away from Dungeons & Dragons entirely and do something new, leaving the IP in Wizards of the Coast's hands. Alright. So, that is as interesting as it is possibly concerning for a multitude of reasons. Right? One of the big ones is Wizards of the Coast is kind of a company that isn't always referred to in the positive. Weird. But why those were in there. But yeah, like I'm still going through the list of a list of the games that could be replacing this in the future. Because nothing's written in stone. I like planning stuff out, but I really don't know what the next game is going to be. I'm leaning towards 7 Days to Die, but I don't know. I don't know. That's for way later down the line. Next on the list, this was a big one for me personally because a new Boondock Saints film is in the works with Norman Reedus and Don Patrick Flannery reprising their roles, which really, really excites me. All right, I really enjoyed the Boondock movie, Boondock Saints movie. Heck, reading that out loud, when I learned about it, I wanted to watch the movie again, and now I want to watch the movies again. Ah, this one is actually going to be a bit of a longer conversation, I feel. Because with me, I like to speculate what certain things, like what is Boondock Saints going to be about? What is Baldur's Gate 4 going to be about? What is Boondock Saints 3 going to be about? Right? You can kind of take this guess that it would take place a bit farther in the future, considering Norman Reedus and Sean Patrick are, like, it's been a while Boondock Saints had a movie. So what the hell is it going to be like? Like, they're going to be fighting crime again, right? Of course. Are they going to be teaching a younger generation to fight crime? Or are they going to be... Like, I'm curious about that. What's the idea behind this one? Right? A Resident Evil insider, Dusk Golem, apparently says something about Resident Evil 9 using open world technology. Right? There's also a rumor about Resident Evil 9 being... Or not the rumor, but apparently it has the longest... the longest title in development, and possibly the largest scale. is it's not Boondock Saints 2. It would be Boondock Saints 3. And I don't think that. Yeah, that person was never in Boondock Saints. Don Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus are the two brothers. William Dafoe was the. There was a firefight. But yeah, I don't. Ron Jeremy wasn't in Boondock Saints. No, he was? Oh, he was. I thought his character got blasted. Yeah, he did. No, I don't think he will be in Boondock Saints 3. Because his character got killed off. I was like, wait, what? I did not realize he was in the thing. Also, he is currently under some legal issues. So I don't think even if he... I don't know his current status. But because of the legal issues, I don't think he's going to be playing in the next Boondock Saints movie, regardless if he's doing well physically or not. I'm not going to get into that, though. What we are going to get into is the fun little thing about Yoshi P, the individual, Final Fantasy 14, man. Was like, we wanted to release Dawn Trail a bit earlier, but, there's that DLC releasing around that time, and Yoshi P explains how he himself wants to play the Elden Ring DLC, so he's delaying the release of Final Fantasy XIV's Dawn Trail expansion by like a week or something like that. And I absolutely love that. Like first things first, okay? I'm going to explain all this stuff, then I kind of want to go through and I want to discuss certain things, right? I mean, it's one of those things that's not shocking, but it's not shocking for the wrong reasons, if that makes any sense. Like, irregardless, we should be shocked. Irregardless of what the person's like, this should be shocking. But we're not, because of a multitude of reasons. And that's kind of fucked. At least in my opinion. So first things first. What the fuck? Because Baldur's Gate 3 just came out, right? So when they talk about how Larian Studios isn't planning to release expansions to DLC for Baldur's Gate 3 or Baldur's Gate 4, wait, what do you mean Baldur's Gate 4? They plan to move away from Dungeons and Dragons and leave it in Wizards of Coasts, right? What do you mean Baldur's Gate 4? Mind you, I didn't really read this article, and it's an IGN article, so I don't know how much I could trust this one. Right? So let's actually look this up. Let's do some research right now. We interrupt this programming. This is how they word it. They word it in a way to make it seem like they're talking about... No, what they're saying is they aren't going to be working on Baldur's Gate 4. So, of course there's going to be a Baldur's Gate 4. Of course there is. But this wasn't like an accidental leak of information about Baldur's Gate 4 being worked on now. Is that the one where he sucks himself off?
For the last 6 months, I've been collaborating with a ton of artists.
I've heard about it.
Massive Pokemon lo-fi album covering every single melody you know and love from the Heart Gold and Soul Silver soundtrack. The album is called
I can
A
tell the
Journey
story.
to the Johto
The story is actually pretty funny, irregardless if it's that or not. My parents thought it would be a fun thing to do. This was when they were much younger. My parents thought it would be a fun thing to do, you know, spice up the late night fun time and rent themselves a dirty movie. Apparently, that sequence of events made them go, huh, I am no longer in the mood. I myself have never bore witness to that, and I don't desire to. So yeah, what would a Baldur's Gate 4 be like? I don't know what Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 are like. I kind of know what Baldur's Gate 3 is like because of the main thing of, whoops. I kind of know what that's like because of seeing so many clips on Twitter of Baldur's Gate 3. So I wonder what that would be like. It won't be... I mean, I'm interested in what the new IP from Larian Studios is going to be. Right? They say they want to move away from, right here, they say they want to move away from Dungeons & Dragons Thailand and do something new. What in the heck is Larian Studios something new going to be? I'm excited for that. How about this? Resident Evil 9. They're gonna make an open world Resident Evil game? Because, I mean, they're saying it will use open world technology, and it's going to be the longest title in development, as well as have the largest scale possibly, apparently, based off of rumors and hearsay like that. What in the fuck would an open world Resident Evil game be like? Would it be fun? I don't know. I mean, any open world game can be good. Does it have fishing? Or will it have fishing? It's an open world Resident Evil game. I don't know if it would make sense to have, like, real talk, I don't know if it would make sense to have fishing in Resident Evil. If they did have it, hats off to you. And, I mean, yeah, that's you'd be catching zombie fish, you know what I mean? I'm kind of like honestly, I've not really been playing this game, not because I've been distracted by doing this chatting section update or the OYT. I truly don't have anything to do right now because, like, my desire to make progress in this game right now is currently pretty low. Oh yeah, that's right, this shit is annoying if you touch it, it fucking... because it has the thorns effect. Anyways. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you about the Resident Evil fish, but here's the thing. My worry is they try and make it some sort of, like, open world survival game. That's my concern. I kind of don't want it to be an open world survival game. If they do an open world Resident Evil, I would hope it would have an open world that's similar to something like Grand Theft Auto. Something like that. Instead of... like, more... like, the farthest I would like to see it is, like, Fallout or some shit like that, where... or Skyrim, where you have to eat, but it's not that difficult to get access to food or something like that. Like, I don't know if I would like a survival game like that for Resident Evil, you know? Then again, maybe I would, because I don't play any of the Resident Evil games. Like, I have no desire to play them, so maybe that's the issue. Maybe them being a linear experience is the reason I'm not personally playing them. And honestly, it actually is, now that I say that out loud, because one of the reasons I, like... it's an old habit of mine, right? And the old habit is, I used to predominantly play games that would allow me to play it, however, like, non-linear, right? Like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, stuff like that, that had these worlds that, if you broke down the worlds, yeah, they are linear, but it doesn't seem linear, because I could go over here and screw around if I want to, over in this level, or over in that level. yeah, I have to unlock certain aspects of it, but one of my least favorite things to do is to be gated. And like to have to progress a certain crossbow shooting zombie fish. That would be pretty fun. I mean, in Resident Evil, Resident Evil 4, you technically go fishing. You go spear fishing. I know this because I've watched a playthrough or two of Resident Evil, and I'll be honest, I'm alright. I don't know if I ever will play the Resident Evil games on stream. I mean, maybe this new open world Resident Evil I will, because like I say, I don't know if it will be a good Resident Evil game. It might be a fun zombie survival game, but like, I don't know if it's going to reach that point to where it's going to be a good Resident Evil game. That's what I should say. Beat Red Dead Redemption 1 yesterday. Had a blast and a half playing that game, but I will say I definitely did enjoy it way more my initial playthroughs when the game first came out, because there's a lot of plot holes and stuff like that that I ended up catching. And when I say plot holes I caught, it's more like it doesn't make sense based off of Red Dead Redemption 2 why the characters are a certain way, which should make more sense, but it doesn't. Oh god, the mobile zombie survival game. Oh no. I'm thinking of that now too, the copy pasta spiel basically. I'll get more into detail about Red Dead Redemption 1 and stuff like that and whatnot in a moment or two, after I get done with talking about how BioWare confirms that the next Mass Effect game is being developed by Trilogy veterans.
We're heating up, fam. Bet all the stars with all your friends and make every moment.
Yeah, the game is currently being developed by those Trilogy veterans. What happens when they get forced off the project or something like that for one reason or another? Like, are they the ones going out of their way to work on the project? Or is the company having them work on the project and they might want to do something with it, but the CEOs are telling them to do something different? And that's just going to ruin the fucking game. We'll see in the future when the next Mass Effect comes out. I hope it brings back the series. I really hope this Mass Effect brings it back, because I feared that Andromeda was the death knell of the game. But this one, if this one isn't good and doesn't do well, I don't think we'll ever see another Mass Effect game. Then again, I thought that about this Mass Effect game. Right? Like, I thought that about Mass Effect Andromeda. And they're working on another one. They're working on another one
from your bank.
So that told me surprised.
Real people compensated for true stories.
Since I've gone through and beat Red Dead Redemption 1, the next game that we're going to be playing is going to be Fallout 2. The playthrough that we're going to be doing is we are going to be playing a melee-focused, which might be a horrendous thing to do, but this is what we're going to do. A melee-focused, or like a heavy weapons-focused, one or the other. I haven't decided yet. I might do melee. No, I'll do heavy weapons focused for Fallout 3. Heavy weapons in question are like miniguns and stuff like that. If I can do it that way, I'll see as we go. I'll look at the stuff, and if we have to go back and do a trial run, we'll do a trial run. Anyways, with Fallout 2, I don't know if any of the things that I'm going to talk about are going to be viable, but I'm going to try my damnedest to make it viable. Character's going to be female. They are not going to be very intelligent. They are going to be melee focused, and they are not going to be very nice. Like, they're going to be the type of person that goes, all right, what are you going to do for me? Out of the kindness of your heart, you won't do it? Nah, fuck off. What about you? What do you want me to do for this? That much money? Okay, we'll do it. I kind of like that idea. And then for Fallout 3, we'll do something similar to what we did for Fallout 1. except it won't be a high intelligence character. It'll be a more, like, it might be high endurance or something, like, it might be something different. Like I said, it'll probably be heavy weapons focused for Fallout 3. And then New Vegas might be another melee run, or New Vegas will just be however the hell I want to play it. I haven't decided yet. I know Fallout 4 is going to be modded so severely. I guess now would be a good time to try and position. Oh, never mind on that, actually. I was going to say it'd be a good time to position certain things for future reference for me, but no, it actually wouldn't. Today's one, like, I haven't done much in this game today, and the main reason is because I'm like I said, I don't have the motivation to actually do anything in this game right now. I'm just tired, I'm exhausted. One of the reasons why this is going to be a shorter stream. And the only thing I really want to do is I want to work on the tree farm, which it's easier for me to do. Like, if I were to end stream right now, I could probably start working on the tree farm and I would get it done. But I just don't feel like doing that right now because I need to be entertaining, and it's difficult for me to be engaging. Less so entertaining, because the entertainment comes based off of whoever's watching, right? If they're entertained by what I'm producing, they're entertained. If not, that's a shame. But there's millions of other streamers that are out there that they will probably tickle their funny bone. They want to get their bones tickled. I'm more of a chill kind of guy, unless I'm playing a rage game. I need to add a tag. Chill. Unless I'm playing a rage game, like Dark Souls. Maybe I need to make a command for exclamation point rage game. Give a list of what those types of games are. Exactly. Those veterans are probably the people that were working on Mass Effect as younglings, basically. Right? That's what I thought too, Insane. I thought that same very thing. I was like, man, I have this feeling that all these veterans are the type of veteran that doesn't mean jack shit. You know what I mean? And that's the type of veteran that doesn't mean jack shit. I mean, it means something. It means something, don't get me wrong. But after the last game, it doesn't mean jack shit. It'll mean something. It will mean something if the next Mass Effect game that comes out isn't a steaming pile of shit. Then it will mean something. But right now, as someone who played through Mass Effect 1 and 2, I never played through 3 because I didn't have the chance to, and I'm kind of glad I waited, because apparently it was a shit show. It'll take a lot. It better be fucking good, and maybe I'll get it and play it on stream, but I doubt it'll be a 30-hour stream, even if I enjoy it. Because for me to do a 30-hour stream, I have to be extremely hype for the game that I'm about to play. Now let me do something. Yes, it does work that way. That's beautiful. Now here's the question. Do we keep these plants like this? My hair was brushing against my arm, right? It was brushing against my arm over here, and I thought something was climbing up my arm for a moment. That's why I looked down like that. That's hilarious. Normally I have my hair tied back, but like I said, today's one of those days where we're just chilling and I'm feeling lazy, and having my hair tied back is like, I'm a more focused individual when I have my hair tied back. When I have my hair undone, I'm like, let's chill, man. Let's just sit here and relax for him. Why we gotta be doing shit? This is Minecraft, man. Take your time. Anyway, the next game on the agenda, since we just got done with Red Dead Redemption, is Fallout 2. After that, we're going to be going through Red Dead Revolver, and because of how short that game is, if we get through with it in a day, we'll start playing another one called Gun. Gun may very well be my favorite Western of all time, Whether or not that's going to still be the case after I play it again, we'll see. Because I really enjoyed Red Dead Redemption. And when I played through it again on stream, I didn't enjoy it nearly as much. Now, don't be mistaken, that's not just because of the fact that, like, he had some issues with the, FPS, right? The frame rate. The frame rate, on average, especially at the end, was at around a whopping 15 frames per second, right? Normal is supposed to be 30. Oh, Lord. I guess I'll put that on my to-do list. Maybe I'll do an analysis of it. I'm not joking either. Maybe I'll do a Monday analysis of it while I keep things TOS while making the discussion of it. Because you know what? How about that? After I get done with Star Wars, I'll watch that one. You'll have to remind me. In like a year from now when I'm talking about the next movie I'm going to watch, bring that one up. Don't remind me. Don't bring anything up. Just remind me to watch it and do an analysis of it. My dumbass will go, all right, and I'll write it down, forget what it's about, look it up, find out, and be like, what the fuck is this? And then I'll remember this conversation.
You know that new customers who bet $5 get $200 back in
Silly.
bets if you win.
So silly. That sounds like modern isekais.
We're heating up, fam.
Oh no, you died in the modern world and woke up and now a harem of women are coming after you. Oh no, woe is me. How could this happen to me? I hate that. I really do. Because 99% of males are not going to deny that type of situation. It's so dumb that they do that way. Like, they're supposed to be for comedy or whatever, but the best ones, in my opinion, are honestly the more realistic ones. The ones where the dude isekais as a fucking, a slime or some shit like that. And yes, I do call that more realistic.
We have it all from big to small and everything in between. Keep your devices powered
because you can have something that takes place in a fantasy world with dragons and it be realistic. It depends on how the world's set up and what the mathematics and science of that world is. Right? If that matches up, then you're good to go. I'm trying to think of shit to do as I walk back and forth while I try and finish up these topics of conversation. Oh, since we are 3 weeks away from my birthday. Yeah. Since we're 3 weeks away from my birthday, give or take a couple of days. I probably am not going to be going through... We'll be in the midst of our Fallout 2 playthrough, I think. And we're going to take a small hiatus to play a different game. At least on Saturday, which is on the 13th. Alright? So we're going to play a different game on that day. That might be a fairly long stream. And I might go live an hour or two early. I will message everyone on Discord if I do decide to go early on that day. If I do, I will still do like an hour's worth at the very most of just chatting. And... I will bring this up the next couple of Mondays, and I will bring this up on Friday the 12th before Saturday. Alright? I'll bring this up a couple of times. And I'm not going to say what the game is I'm going to play. It is a game that I have never played before, though. I will say that much. Right? It is a game I have never played before. It is one I am extremely hyped to play. I think we're going to get through it in one sitting. And that is about the most you're going to get from me when it comes to the game we're going to be playing on the 13th. Now, as for my thoughts on Red Dead Redemption, let me start with Red Dead Redemption as a singular entity before I move on to Red Dead Redemption storyline as a whole, right? Now, mind you, after we get through with Red Dead Revolver, I could potentially go through the whole Red Dead storyline. But mind you, the Red Dead Revolver storyline is actually only tangentially related. Like, you could say the events of Red Dead Revolver are canonical, but those events are never brought up in Red Dead Redemption 1 nor 2. At least as far as I'm aware. There is a reference to Red, though. There is a reference to Red in Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Harlow is the name of the character for Red Dead Revolver. Anyways. Do I have stone stairs? Let me see if I have stone stairs. Red Dead Redemption 1 is really, okay, as a singular entity, the story it tells, to me, didn't really feel like a story of redemption for the main character. Now, mind you, this is a spoiler alert right here, right now, which I did say earlier. This is going to be a spoiler alert. Because I'm going to talk about spoilers for both Red Dead Redemption and Red Dead Redemption 2, which are both games that we have played on stream. Check out those playthroughs of mine if you want. Or, you know, play the game yourself if you really want. I would highly recommend both. If you can't play Red Dead Redemption, I honestly wouldn't recommend you watch my playthrough. I'll be real. Normally I'd be like, yeah, watch it, but it is a stuttery mess. The only reason I played it and I'm going to upload it is literally because of the fact that it's just there for prosperity's sake. To be like, hey, I played through this game on stream. I know what it's about. That, and to give me a refresher, and I'm glad I did, because it helped me feel a bit different about certain things. However, looking at it by itself, I still would have felt this way regardless of me playing through Red Dead Redemption 2 before or after. Wouldn't matter here. Right? Because you have some moments and events and character interactions that just do not make a lick of sense. Like, again, spoiler alert, last one you're gonna get before I start ripping the band-aids off. You're working with Edgar Ross, which is the agent that is actually like the underling to Milton from Red Dead Redemption 2, right? But you're working with for Edgar Ross, who's having you go after Dutch and the rest of the Van der Linde gangs. There's even a point in time where Don is talking to the individual he's getting data from in Mexico in order to track down Javier Escuela to help track down Bill, because Bill came to Mexico to link up with Javier, and Javier's working with, you know, the current government of Mexico, which Mexico is currently going through a revolution. So John has this tendency to work for both sides in this situation. And he does some fucked up shit, and he even admits he doesn't care. As long as you don't do wrong by him, he won't do wrong by you. He couldn't give a shit if you're a mass murdering psychopath. As long as you don't do any wrong by him, you're good. So that's why it's not really a tale of redemption for me, because while you're talking to Edgar Ross doing those final missions to track down Dutch and kill him, you have conversations with him, and in the conversations, John says some shit exactly as this. I would rather shoot you 100 times than Dutch once. And it's like, oh, so So you're telling the government agent who has kidnapped your family that you don't want to do this job, to the extent that if you had the opportunity to, you would go after him. So that says that you're not very cooperative, for one thing. That's not necessarily a good thing, because Edgar Ross is part of a new government agency that is tracking down and getting rid of gangs, the likes of which Vanderlins used to be. Right? Also, fun fact, at the end, after, you know, Edgar Ross is sensibly told to go take out John Marston, and does so, Jack, after unknown causes take his mother and he buries her, Jack is wearing a combination of Arthur and John's outfit. And I absolutely love that they retroactively went by, like they made Arthur's standard outfit be, because it's a prequel, so they made Arthur's standard outfit be Jack's standard outfit, like the jacket and the pants and stuff like that, because that makes 100% sense that he would be influenced by Uncle Arthur. Because Jack even at one point mentioned how he remembered those conversations y'all had with Bill and Dutch. He remembers what you all did. Hell, he even makes a joke about being a outlaw, and both his father and his mother are on his case about being an outlaw. And what does he go and do? He goes and gets revenge for Edgar Ross killing his father. Now, mind you, I do believe my Jack would have gotten away with it, but that doesn't matter to Jack. Jack doesn't care about getting away with it. If somebody goes up to him and asks, "Did you shoot Edgar Ross?" Probably say, "Yes, I did." Because he feels like he has nothing to live for. I was looking up the wiki, and apparently there's dialogue where, like, there's two different dialogues. Where dialogue the first is if you're honorable as Jack, he is just like, "Yeah, you're welcome." He's kind, but he's like, "I don't know why I'm even living anymore." Then that's just so sad, because he's 19 years old. By the he was fucking 16 or something like that when John gets killed by the fucking government, and then 3 years later his mom passed away, and then he's just by himself because Uncle gets, like, it's fucked up, man, what they do. But at the same time, it makes sense what they do, because John is antagonistic the entire time, not working with them, threatening them. And it's like, here's what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Edgar Ross reported back to his superior. The superior was like, "All right, well, is John gonna work with us some more?" Edgar Ross says, "I highly doubt that would be a thing." And he says, "All right, go kill him." It would make more sense for John to have wanted to go after Bill, Javier, and Dutch when you take into account the exact events of Red Dead Redemption 2. It would make so much more sense for him to want, like, you were like a brother. Not at the end of Red Dead Redemption 2. They were trying to kill you, John. Actively trying to kill you, John. And you know this. Whatever. Basically, Dutch Vanderlyn is a character. If they, like, I've heard a couple of people make a comment about making another prequel for Red Dead Redemption. Like, Red Dead Redemption 3, only you play as Dutch. If they do that, I will never touch that game. I don't care if you buy it for me. I will never touch that game. I refuse. I refuse. I don't care if it's the best-selling, best game ever. I refuse. I will not play as Dutch fucking Vanderlyn.
When you drive a vehicle so
I despise that character. I don't care how bad they try to make me feel about him.
start doing what you never thought possible.
That will go on the list of
Visit your
games you would
local
have to
dealer
pay me to
today see
play.
what you're
It really
capable
would.
of in a vehicle that
It really
inspires
would. How about
confidence
that?
around
I'll make that
every
deal.
corner.
I would play that
Key,
game
movement that
if you
inspires.
paid me enough.
Call 800-333-4444
What is that amount?
details.
I don't know. I have to
Safely.
take a little bit of a peek at Red Dead Redemption 3 if that ever comes to pass. Pray that it doesn't. Because it would piss me off so much. Like,
Thanks for calling
that
Discover.
storyline's
This is
fucking
Gabby.
get some new goddamn
That's Jennifer
shit,
Coolidge.
man.
Hi,
We already
super
know that
Irish
fucking
to
story.
SOAM.
Oh,
We
of
already
course.
know
Anyone
Dutch's
with a Discover
story.
card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure about pulling them off.
24/7 US-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
I don't think I need this many, but we'll finish that up over there. I'm about getting ready to wrap up. I know it's a short one today, but like I said, I'm tired. Tired as fuck.
Right from Vegas and winnings that go straight to your bank account. Get ready for fun.
Probably going to
spins,
be
and
one of
big
these
wins.
shorter streams I've done in a while.
Enjoy free daily rewards and come back to get free coins every 4 hours. Not just once a day like the others. Visit h5c.fun. That's h5c.fun. And have your high five moment today. High Five Casino. High Five Casino is a social casino only. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details.
I really do kind of like this look, how it's going to pan out, because that block up there where the gray-ish interconnects is going to be gray, right? It's going to be gray down there, and then it's going to be... oak, maybe? I'm not really using birch a lot, so maybe I use birch. Regardless, I'll have to think about what I'm doing for that. Because like I said, I could actually end up making this shorter than it currently is. Because I might only need wheat and then 3 sections of corn. Corn? Where's the corn coming from? 3 sections of carrots, potatoes, and beets. But if I want to possibly go up higher than that. Mind you, like I said, I'll probably never go up to the higher layers to get the beetroot or the potatoes at that stage. So at that point, it would probably be better to do like a less. Then again, if I really think about it, most of the potatoes, beetroots, and stuff like that will actually be utilized to sustain me getting as much money as possible from the farmers. So realistically, I should do it individual rows. The question becomes, I'll have to see how things grow. Right? I'll have to see how things grow. I'll have to look some stuff up. And this will be as much of an experiment / test as it will a way to make a lot of money. The question I'm like really thinking about right now actually just so happens to be whether or not it's a good idea to make another layer. I think that's too many, I really do. I was about to say another layer for just like have watermelons be on the ground layer and then pumpkins for that. I don't like that idea because the thing that I'm gonna have to harvest the most, in all honesty, are the pumpkins and watermelons. But yeah, I think I'll worry about that later down the line. I really like how this place is coming together. Right, I'm gonna be real. I really, really like how this place is coming together. I'm also realizing something that I may have to make an adjustment on. I'm glad I looked at this the way that I just did, because I'm like, wait a minute, if I'm looking at this correct, that means that I'm actually going to have to severely adjust what I was doing for the Obsidian Center, you know? Then again, actually, no, that's a better idea. So what I was going to say is, this obsidian stuff, I think I was gonna make go all the way up there, but then I'm like, that's not gonna make sense, because why would I have like stairs leading up to here? Because this is where the entrance is going to be, right? I'll have to make something out of obsidian. So here's the thing. This is gonna be one of the few, because I said I was gonna. I have been actually working on some stuff off stream, right? At some places that I've actually wrote down the coordinates of on a piece of paper. I've been working on a couple of like, none of these places here are truly gonna have anything secret, because they've already been explored, right? There's like no reason to place stuff over here. Trying to remember what some of these rights, like some of these. Anyways, regardless of all that, there are some locations I've actually marked down for secrets that I'm gonna hide away for whenever I upload this map or whatever it is. I think the only one that you're really going to know about so far is probably going to be this one. Like, the only one I'm going to acknowledge, this one. Because I want to try to make this look natural. I want to make this look like it's a part of a natural thing, right? One of the reasons why I'm trying, like, I'm setting this stuff up the way that I am, because I want to have... Like, I want to place down a button or something over here that you can press, and it will open up the wall long enough for you to go into it, and then it closes behind you, right? I don't know how I would get to do that. Like, here's the thing. I know I could set stuff up in a way to where it will automatically... Like, if I had sticky pistons, they could pull the thing out, and then sticky pistons pull them over to allow an entrance type of thing. Or better yet, sticky pistons and then pull up. That could work. I have to figure out how to set up timers and stuff like that, right? Like, I press a button and it sends out the redstone signal, and then it hits something. That something goes to the next thing, which goes to the next thing. In order for it to set up the pull, or push. That's what it would be. It'd be a pull, and then a push. And... I'd have to... So this is what it would do. It would take it, move it back, push it down, push that up. Right, so this would be gone, that would be there. The sticky piston would be showing right here, if that's how these work. I might not be able to pull from a sticky piston to a sticky piston, right? If that's not how that works, then I'll have to... Then I'll have to pull back and then pull away. Because if it pulls back and then pulls away, it'll open a door. How would I do that? It's the same problem, though. That piston. That work? That could work. But how do they get sent back? Another set of pistons push them, right? No, that wouldn't. No, it would work. It would work. The first set of pistons would have to push it out one, and the second set would have to push it out. That's okay. That's how I would be able to do it. All right. Yeah. So that's going to be like, that's going to be how I figure out how to do secrets, and it's going to be like a subtle fucking stone button somewhere, right? I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be like stone button, press the stone button, and then like, boom, you're in the building. That's a bit of a peek, a sneak peek at what to try and look out for in the future. I'll bring that up a couple more times. Like, I'll show off 1 or 2 secrets when I'm officially done, and be like, now you guys get to find the rest. I'm out. And never talk about this world again. That's a lie. I would talk about this world again all the time. I talk about this when it gets finished. Anyways, I ain't got nothing else to talk about. In all honesty, I could find something else to do. Normally, we would be doing some React Andean today. Hilariously enough, it'd be for Red Dead Redemption speedrun. I'm fucking exhausted. Here's what I'm gonna wrap up for both and next week will hopefully be a bit more on track how it normally is. We'll be watching run for Red Dead Redemption on next Monday, React Andy section. Off stream, I'll be playing the games I've been playing. Whatever. I normally do and all that. But that is going to be it for me. And Twitch. If you're new and you have save you subscribing to this as well as my main channel. Links will be down in the description below through all my links. Exclamation point links like so. If you're watching on Twitch, be it live, the highlight, or the VOD. There. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST. Oh, excuse me.
Hey, Spotify.
Friday through Monday. Got some from the job we went.
The best new music by independent
Invite me
artists and
right now.
labels. Brought to you by
Invite
our
links to the
friends
community
at
Discord
Samsung.
where you can always get the
Circle
most
it,
accurate
search it,
notifications
find
whenever I
it,
do go
just
live.
like that,
If
on
I'm
the
going to be a little bit
new
late or
Galaxy
outside of a
S24
half hour
Ultra.
or well
Thanks for calling
as
Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
whatever else catch your
Oh,
fancy
of
through all my
course.
links.
Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now,
You as
how
well,
can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover
do
card
thank you
to
for
buy
stopping
these
by, and
yellow
I
pleather pajamas,
stay here,
and I'm just not sure
chilling,
I'm pulling
lurking,
them off.
chatting, all that.
24/7 US-based customer
Both of you.
service. It pays to
Hope you
discover.
all take care and have
Limitations
yourselves a good
apply.
one.
Learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Bye bye.